Now, today's edition of The Real Estate. And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another live edition of The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate and America's longest running daily radio show, all about the topic of real estate. My name is Eric Wilner, and we are here live Monday through Friday. That is at 5 p.m. Eastern times, live at 5 days a week. And also, we have our series of shows on Sunday night. That's right, a series. We replay our weekly shows, all start at 9 p.m. on Sunday night. So if you miss any one of the shows, you can catch them then. You can catch and just go through a nice little binge session with The Real Estate Show. Get it all together all at one time. But we're here live on our AM 14 station, our FM 95.3 FM, our 96.9 FM, and so forth. We want to also remind you that you can catch us on iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, Spreaker, just to name a few of the free apps that you can download and listen to our show then. And you can always go to our website at automaticlandlord.com. That's automaticlandlord.com. Click on the Listen Live button at the top, or you can listen to the rebroadcast on demand in podcast version. You can download them, take them with you wherever you go. We got a great show for you today. I'm very excited today. As you may or may not know, if you're on our Facebook page, and our Facebook page is The Real Estate Show. And if you don't have a Facebook page, just go to facebook.com, The Real Estate Show. Today, we're launching our book, our first book. In fact, we have a number of books that we'll be launching here. And if you want to get information on a link on how to get a copy of the book, if you want to get information about our launch party that we're having today at 6 p.m., from 6 until 8 p.m., that's today, Tuesday, February the 17th. And you're invited. Come on in and join us, network with some of the contributing authors to this book. This is a compilation of a number of experts in the field. It's called The Art of Connection. And if you want to get information sent right to you, then use our Real Estate Show Smart Line. Text the word book to 561-861-2366. Once again, that's 561-861-2366, and I'll send you a link on how you can get your copy of the book that yours truly was a collaborator in. Anyway, we've had a tremendously good week this week. And as you know, each day of the week, we have a live, brand new, completely original show, starting with our Mondays on a Mission show. Every Monday, we start out with the agenda of the week, the theme of the week, some of the highlight topics that we'll be covering. We talked about our tools, tips, and techniques, where we got into some of the nitty-gritty programs with the new down payment assistance program. I went into some of the maybe a little bit more technical than usual on yesterday's show, but nonetheless very useful. And it'll tell you, I mean, there's opportunities regardless of what credit you have. There is a down payment assistance opportunity for you, regardless of your income. As long as you can afford to make a payment, a monthly payment, then you should talk to us about the down payment assistance that's available. And so whether it's down payment that's the issue, credit's the issue, or whether it is the down payment, credit, and payment. Those are the three factors. Remember, we talked about that all last week, about the major factors that get you qualified to own a house so that you too can be a proud homeowner, whether it be your first home or your 21st home. We're going to make it happen for you. Keep it here, tune it in here, and let us know. If you want to know more about the DPA, the down payment assistance, then text the word DPA to 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. Now, today, as promised, it's our midweek report. And what do we talk about on the midweek report? Well, we're going to keep going about this whole concept of becoming a homeowner, or even in today's edition, talk a little bit more about staying a homeowner if you already are one, but are affected by the COVID, the whole unemployment, the coronavirus, And so if you're behind on payments, if you're a landlord or an owner, if you are a tenant, then keep it right here on the Real Estate Show, because we've got the goods. Great news, and this is literally hot off the press. President Biden extends protections once more. Now, remember, a few weeks ago, I told you I think this is coming, and certain programs were already extended. But now, today, for struggling homeowners, they received some very welcome news let out last night, with the Biden administration announcing that it's going to extend forbearance and foreclosure relief until the end of March. We're about halfway through February, so that gives you at least another 45 days to get your house in order and get back on your feet. If you're having problems, let us know. Type Radio Eric. Radio Eric. It's kind of like an SOS signal into the night. Radio Eric, type it to 561-861-2366, and we'll reach out and we'll talk whatever the issue is. Remember, we know how to solve all three of the problems, whether it's down payment, whether it's equity, whether it's credit, and even the income. In fact, that reminds me, we also do a number of workshops through the week. We had our equity accelerator for how to pay off debt faster, how to eliminate debt once and for all. And then once you eliminate it, we're going to turn that debt into wealth, turn that into equity. And that was the accelerator, equity accelerator. And that's the keyword there for that night, is Monday nights, 9 p.m. Then the second thing we talk about is credit. And that's another keyword that you can use on our smart line. And Tuesdays and Wednesdays, we have our credit workshops. Now, we're not going to do it today because we've got our book launch, our brand new book that we just announced, and that we're going to be having our launch party. I'm one of the authors of the book. Today, it's going to start from 6 p.m. Eastern time, and it's going to continue from 6 to 8. It's going to be a virtual book launch. So come join me and the other authors there that have worked on this book. And I think you'll find it's a very, very cool book. And to get that link sent to you, the instructions, just type the word book, BOOK, to 561-861-2366. Now, all this aid that I'm talking about, all this relief, you're wondering if you qualify and you want to know how to seek out the help. Well, here's what we know so far. And like I said, this is hot off the press stuff. Homeowners struggling amid the pandemic and the coronavirus pandemic, the unemployment, received a bunch of good information starting yesterday with the extension. Now, the White House said that the move is going to benefit approximately 2.7 million homeowners currently in COVID forbearance. Now, I want to just point out to you that we went from 4.9 people in forbearance, that we're down now to 2.7 in this almost 1 year. By the way, we're coming up on the 1 year anniversary, March 11th. It's a date indelibly in my memory, because that's when the World Health Organization came out and basically confirmed all the rumors of this crazy virus, this highly contagious virus that had taken off like wildfire and was killing many, many people in China. And then, of course, it just caught on and hit Europe, Italy, and Spain being the first two to be just devastated by this pandemic. And then it moved across Europe, and then it jumped over the pond into the United States, and then soon became literally a worldwide pandemic, declared on March 11th of 2020. And we're a couple short weeks away from the 1 year anniversary. Now, unlike any pandemic, and there have been many in the past, this one here has, in that record time, developed a vaccine, developed 3 vaccines, 3 different versions that are out and about. And we're starting to see, places come out of the sheltering in place mode that they're in, more states opening up more and more. I see Cindy is on our Facebook page from California, so she's probably excited that California is finally opening up. We got Jack from up north. I hope things are opening up for you up there. But the point here is that now we got to slowly, we want to kind of create this soft landing from all of the support and the pandemic relief. So this move that is designed to help the remaining 2.7 million homeowners. And by the way, just because people are off the forbearance doesn't mean that they're out of trouble. Remember, there's the back amounts that are still outstanding and will have to be reckoned with. There's the back rents that are due from homeowners or to landlords from renters. And it's also going to extend the availability of forbearance options for around another 11 million other government-backed mortgages outside of the 2.7. So there's real numbers that are popping up here that are pretty big. Well, since the crisis is going on much longer than anyone anticipated, that part, when I read that, I was thinking, if you researched, and when the pandemic first happened, I came out here on the radio and I said, listen, everything that I've looked at, the pandemics lasted anywhere from 2 years on out to 10 years. So I said, buckle up, let's do what we have to do. And remember, at first, what I said is, listen, cancel any and all expenses that you can put on hold right now. Hoard, save, conserve, stash away as much cash as you can until we can sort of get our bearing on what's going on. And then I started saying, this is what we do next, and this is what we do next. And those of you who have taken me up on my offers for our discovery call, another text word that you can do, if you're looking on how am I going to get out of this in the best shape possible, you want to type in the word discovery for that discovery call. But what they're saying is that since this crisis is going on much longer than anyone anticipates, it's only appropriate to extend the remedies that we know are working. Now, again, I wasn't expecting this to last anything less than 2 years. Fingers crossed that it would, but we're already at the 1 year mark, and our schools are not open. Many employers still haven't opened their offices back up. Sadly, there's been tremendous amount of casualties in small businesses and restaurants and so forth that have been lost along the way. And it's only by the assistance of this forbearance and this moratorium on foreclosures and rentals that we don't have a bigger picture. Now, that being said, if you're waiting for the foreclosure tsunami to happen, don't hold your breath, because first of all, we got another extension, and I think that this administration is particularly open to the idea of extending it even further. I've heard the dates discussed as far out as September, just to give you an idea. So, so many of those relief options were scheduled to expire at the end of this month, and now they're going to be extended at least until March. So you probably have some questions. Does my mortgage qualify for the new protections? How long can I be in forbearance for? Well, to get the answer to those and a whole bunch of other questions that I have for you, you got to stay tuned. We're going to take a quick break. Here are a few words from our sponsors. You're listening to The Real Estate Show, America's longest running daily radio show about real estate. My name is Eric Wilner, and I will be right back. Erica Marie is on the line. Hey, Jack. We had a great meeting today. That was fun, wasn't it? That was a real nice guy too. So I look forward to working with him and helping him out. And that's all about helping to reduce debt. And it's funny, we had a real neat conversation with a commercial finance guy who was looking at ways to help his clients and add value. His job is to help people find the loans that they need. Our job is to help them pay it off as fast as possible. So that's pretty cool. And Cindy from California, haven't seen you in a little while. Missed you. Thanks for popping back on. It's a great day today, as I mentioned. Launching the first of 3 more books. 3 more books coming out. This has kind of been building up for special personal reasons. And so today, the first, the one where I'm a collaborator on. I got 2 more coming on where I am the principal author of it. But today we're having our book launch. I said type in the word book to 561-861-2366. In fact, if one of you wouldn't mind typing that word in the comments for people who join us later on. And today's word, the real word, the big word is book. So we're getting ready to come back. So, hey, Cindy. Marianne is there. Ronan is there. And welcome back. For those of you who are just joining us here on our special book launch day here on the Real Estate Show, it's also our midweek report. So much going on. I was just telling our audience about the new extensions on the forbearance and the moratoriums. And we were kind of going down what some of these new numbers are. And luckily, and I pray that this is going to continue to happen, but federally backed mortgages, which, believe it or not, the number is 561-861-2366. Thanks, Cindy. They're federally backed mortgage. Remember, we got Fannie Mae that's out there. We got FHA. That's a huge number of federally backed mortgage. You got Ginnie Mae and others, the USDA and so forth. They are about 70%. The government, in some form or fashion, insures, backs, or guarantees about 70% of the mortgages out there. Now think about that for just a second. And they all are eligible for the forbearances and protections that I'm talking about today. Many have been taking advantage of this. P.S. Side little mark. People ask me, Eric, I don't need it. Should I take advantage of it? And my answer is, unless you really need it, I recommend against it. This is really relief for people who are struggling right now, because ultimately the mortgage payments will need to be paid. And I hear people talking about some speculation. What if I could take the money now? Something as small as a mortgage payment, how much can you really invest? And even if you got 10% on your money, is that really going to make a difference? When you're talking about large sums of money, we can have a different conversation. But I always say, get back on stable footing, because right now, look at the market. There's other investment opportunities that are phenomenal out there. So if you're on solid, stable ground in the other areas, why loosen up unnecessary loose ends there? So specifically, if you have a home loan through Federal Housing Administration, FHA, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, I just mentioned that, the USDA, or the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs, the VA, I forgot to mention that one, you can enroll in a forbearance until June 30th. So mark that. If you're in a particular predicament, unemployed, sick with the COVID, one or both of the borrowers have lost their jobs, if you have a mortgage from Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, you can also delay your payments. But remember, they're probably going to close that door, especially as things continue to get better. The real estate market is still good. The stock market flirted with new record highs again this week. June 30th, mark that day in your calendar. That's the deadline to apply to get in. The easiest way to find out if you're eligible and to seek payment relief, if you need it, is to reach out directly to your lender. So if you have a loan with a particular bank, reach out to their number, their 800 number, and then get your information directly from them, and they'll tell you whether you're eligible for that. If you're unsure who your lender is, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the CFPB, has a guide, and again, text discovery, and we can talk, and I can get you in touch with where you want to go. How long can you be in forbearance for is a frequent question. Some people may be in forbearance for as long as 18 months. This is not an open-ended thing. And P.S., the longer you're in it, the more you have to pay back. And I'm going to tell you that means that you're going to be affected by it. A lot of people found out we're at record lows for interest rates, and they took advantage because their lender offered them forbearance. They didn't need it, but they figured, well, if they're giving me a payment holiday, why not take it? Well, here's what happens. Your lender, when you refinance a loan, asks you, we need proof that you've been current for the last 12 months. Well, I was on forbearance. Then you're non-eligible. But they offered it to me. It doesn't matter. you shot yourself in the foot. And there are other benefits that are going to come out and other investment opportunities are going to come out. So I'm telling you, only use it if you need it. So since the first stimulus package passed back in March, okay, we're coming up a year on that when the CARES Act, the sudden, and that was passed very quickly, offered homeowners 2 180-day relief periods. And now the Biden administration is granting them 2 additional 3-month breaks, okay? 2 additional 3 months. You see, they're getting it shorter. They're trying to shorten the leash on this. And the rules may vary from lender to lender, depending on what kind of government-backed loan you have. Remember, I told you there's a VA, FHA, USDA, just to name a few of those. If your mortgage is from Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac, you can delay your payments for up to 15 months. 18 for governments. Fannie Mae is different, is 15 months. But you have to enroll with your lender by the end of February for the Fannie Mae stuff. So key stuff. Remember, this is recorded. It's all up on our website at automaticlandlord.com. It's also up on our Facebook page. You can re-listen to this show if you missed any of this stuff. Or you can also, remember, I got the SOS. Just type Radio Eric to 561-861-2366. The number will be in the comments there. And it'll be a number that you can text any one of those from the DPA, the book, credit. All of those words will trigger automatic responses from the Real Estate Show SmartLine. How do I request the forbearance? Again, that is go directly to your lender. Call your lender as soon as possible, as soon as you think you're going to need it. Do I have to do anything if I'm already in forbearance? And the answer is yes, yes. Your forbearance will not automatically renew. And although these breaks are for up to 15 or 18 months, they sometimes come in 6-month or 3-month increments. So again, best advice I can give you is call your lender. Communication in this situation is the best thing. Erica, thank you for putting the number there in the comments on our Facebook page. So the number for the SmartLine is there now. And so I hear the music coming in. I got so much more. We'll continue this in tomorrow's show. But don't forget, tonight's our book launch. If you want to attend our virtual book launch, type the word book to 561-861-2366. Meanwhile, I'll be back again, same place, same time tomorrow for more about the extensions. Until then, this is your host, Eric Wilner, signing off. Drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. That was so fast. That went so quick. Thanks for listening to The Real Estate Show, brought to you by Thank you, Daniel. LLC in Boca Raton. Eric Wilner and Capital One Group LLC. Hang that up. Hey, Simone. Simone from Boca Raton. Hey, Joanna. And who else we got there? Cindy, thank you again. And there's Jack and so forth. I'm going to jump off. I got to go get ready for the book launch. Hopefully you guys will join us over there. It'll be a lot of fun. I'll show you how to get a copy of the book yourself. All right. Hey, Brian, and all of you on YouTube, a very good evening to you as well. By the way, do you notice any difference in the quality of the color or anything of the picture? I have used over the last week a couple of different sources, i.e. computers. So I'm just wondering whether the lens on one is better than the other, etc.